Hola everyone! Today we're making apple butternut squash soup. Butternut squash soup is one of my favorites. It's warm, it's comforting and delicious. Let me tell you exactly what you need. We've got freshly chopped butternut squash, chopped apples, onions, carrots, celery. I've got some ground cinnamon, ground coriander, chopped ginger, maple syrup, heavy whipping cream, vegetable broth. Yes, this is a vegetarian soup for all you vegetarians out there. I got you today. We've got a little salt and pepper, butter, and oil. My pan is nice and warm. I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable oil, a couple of tablespoons, a little bit of butter. There we go. Nice sound, huh? So here we go. We're going to add in our chopped onions, carrots and celery, and the butternut squash. Perfect. Now, to that, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a couple of tablespoons, a little bit of pepper. Just stir it around for about 5 minutes or so. So our butternut squash has been cooking with our onions, carrots, and celery for about 5 minutes. Looking pretty good so far. Now we're going to add in the apples. Here we go. Chopped apples with the skins and all. I leave the skins on because I love the color that it adds. We're going to add some ground cinnamon, some ground coriander, again, more earthy flavors, and some chopped ginger. This is just going to brighten it up and add just a little hint of spice. There we go. Give that a nice toss. Oh my gosh. It almost smells like apple pie in here. Just a little bit. It smells amazing. There we go. You have to make this soup. The smells in here are incredible. This is awesome. Okay, now in my family, we like things a little bit spicy, so I'm gonna add just a pinch of cayenne pepper. This soup is gonna be perfectly delicious without it, but because this is for my family, I'm just gonna add a pinch. There we go. Perfect. Nice. Beautiful. It's like the colors of fall in here. It is gorgeous. But truly, I could have this soup any time of the year. So pretty. Okay, now, next thing we're going to add. We're going to add in our vegetable broth. If you want to add the chicken broth, absolutely you can, but we're going to keep this vegetarian today, so we're going to add the vegetable broth. There we are. Add it all in. Perfect. Beautiful. Give it a little mix. Very nice. Now the vegetable broth is going to simmer with everything for about 30 minutes with the lid on. The butternut squash and the apples are going to get nice and soft, and the onions and the celery and the carrots are going to cook down, and all the spices are going to marry with everything else in there. This is going to be incredible. So let's put the lid on, and we're going to let this simmer here for about 30 minutes, and we'll come back to it. We are this close to soup time. The butternut squash, apples, the onions, celery, carrots have all been simmering in that beautiful broth for about 30 minutes. And then I took it off the heat and I let it cool for about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna blend it up and finish up our soup. Here we go. Got my ladle here, and we're gonna ladle all of this goodness into our blender. Now you might need to do this in a couple of batches. I always do, because you don't want to overload the blender and have a crazy explosion in the kitchen. So we're going to do this in a couple of batches. There we are. like a good amount. Put the lid on it. Grab a towel just in case there's an accident, because it's been known to happen. Okay, perfect. Batch number 1. Pour this out here. So now we're gonna get the rest of the mixture in here, all into our blender, every little bit. We've created some beautiful magic in this pot, and we don't want to miss any of it, so make sure you get it all into your blender. And if you make a little bit of a mess, it's okay. No big deal. Okay, good enough. There we are. Again, lid and a safety towel just in case. Let's get this blended up. Smooth, it's blended. Just a few more ingredients. We're gonna pour this back into our pot. Go, grab my spoon. Woo! And splash myself. It's okay, it happens. Here we go. And from our first blended batch, here we go. Let's get that in the pot as well. The color of this soup is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. There we go. Now just a couple of more things. Good. We are going to add in our maple syrup. Let's add it in because we just, it's a butternut squash apple soup. So we just want to bring out the sweetness of the apples and the sweetness of the butternut squash, and the maple syrup is just the thing to do that. There we go. A little maple syrup. And now we're going to add in a little bit of cream. If you've got whole milk and you don't have cream, whole milk will do the trick. Here we go. So just make sure you drizzle it in slowly and you mix, mix, mix. Oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful soup ever. Beautiful. I can't imagine anything more comforting and delicious than apple butternut squash soup, honestly. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Okay, everything's mixed in. Now, before we serve, we want to taste. This is where we're going to find out if we added enough maple syrup, enough salt, all of it. Oh my gosh. It is absolutely perfect. I love this soup. Okay, I'm going to serve myself a bowl. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It is so beautiful. Gorgeous. That is so pretty. Now, this is how I like to garnish my soup. Of course, I'm going to add some tortilla strips because, come on, it's me. We're going to add some crunchy tortilla strips to it. So a few crunchy tortilla strips right over the top. A little dollop of sour cream. Just a little bit. And a little fresh cilantro. Is that the prettiest soup you've ever seen? Look how beautiful that is. Let's have one more little taste. Oh my gosh. This is heaven. If you want this recipe, go to martitajara.com and look for us on YouTube, where we're always serving up something delicious. Adios.